Hello, everyone. Welcome to SOCHUM for Lumen this year. My name is Usfa Fatma. I'm a senior at LUMS, and I will be your chair for this year along with Shami Ahmed.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shamir. I'm a junior at LUMS pursuing a degree in economics. This is my third Lumen. I have previously ACD, then I've served as the Undersecretary General for EcoSocs, and now I'm hopefully my last time at MUNs. I am chairing with one of my best friends. So we're very excited for this. We're very excited to welcome you all tomorrow. And in this video, we'll keep it very simple, very short, just tell you briefly what our expectations are with this committee. And that's important for everyone to know because MUNs are by nature a social activity. So you should know what we're expecting so you can mold your strategy according to that. Hand it over to Uswa.
So, since the past few years, one thing or one recurring question or concern for delegates is what really is the Lumen Spirit and how do you gauge it? What do you do to ensure that you are abiding by the Lumen Spirit or you're upholding the Lumen Spirit? So, I can tell you what the Lumen Spirit is about in essence. Of course, it's not set in stone, but it's basically a set of values in terms of how you carry yourself. So, it does not mean that you cannot be a leader, that you're not supposed to be assertive in the committee, that you're not supposed to get your point across during unmods. But it means that while doing all of these things, while trying to be the best in the committee, while trying to compete with other people, you do not actively bring someone down. You do not play unfairly in any manner. Of course, everyone knows lying, cheating, all of these things. They are part of like a toxic MUN circle, but at Lumen we do not. We have like a zero tolerance policy for that. But even beyond that, just especially because we understand that we're having this virtually, so it's difficult to get your point across, but also understand that because this is virtual, everyone has an equal playing field. You all are behind cameras. You do not need to scream or shout to get your point across. You do not need to bully or be rude to anyone just to be heard. And we as a dais can ensure you that we will try our level best to make sure that this is a good and a healthy MUN experience for everyone, regardless of whatever MUN experience they have in the past. Yeah, Shami.
Right. So Uswa's covered how do you conduct yourself in Lumen and what an ideal Lumen delegate who would be winning Lumen would look like. I'm just going to talk briefly about strategy, about how you perceive MUNs and how Uswa and I perceive MUNs at least, and how all the chairs in Lumen, the Lumen team that goes to international conferences, how they're trained to view MUNs. And essentially, it's very simple. If someone asks me what MUNs are in one word, what's the most important thing in any MUN? It would be impact. And that means that there is no set rubric. Me and Uswa will not have an Excel sheet where we'll be scoring every speech you're giving, where we'll be scoring everything you're doing, every action of yours. We will be moderating that, we'll be viewing that, but we won't be, there's no rubric that we'll be following. Like all MUNs, that's what differentiates it from other forms of public speaking. There's no scoring rubric, there's no formula that you need to do 1, 2, and 3, and you will win best delegate. What really matters is that you create impact, you become memorable, and you stay memorable over the course of those 4 days. And how do you do that is perhaps the most important thing in an MUN is that realizing that it's a social activity, realizing that it's about reading the room, it's about reading the people you're debating with, it's about reading the people who are judging you, Uswa, myself, our ACDs. It's doing all of those things and after doing all of those things, molding your strategy in a way that you are memorable, that you are impactful, and we know that you aren't winging it. So we know that you have a strategy in your mind. Whenever you get up for an unmoderated caucus, you know that what you want to achieve from this unmoderated caucus, and you do your best to achieve that. When you're giving a speech, you know exactly the strategic importance of your speech. Sometimes it might be an free speech just filled with rhetoric, and that might be extremely powerful. Like you may not have any content in that speech, but it might work brilliantly well because that's what the committee required at that point. Sometimes you might give a speech with zero rhetoric, and perhaps that might work brilliantly well because that's what the committee required at that point. So reading the room, reading the situation, reading the people who are judging you, all of those things, and ultimately leading to impact and memorability, that is how we're going to gauge who wins the best delegate award at SOCUM. So that's mostly it from our end. More details in the posts that Usma and I are going to do over our Facebook group. And also during the committee, we will keep guiding you. Don't worry too much about rules of procedure. Have a basic understanding. Leave the rest up to us. Just prep well, prep strategically, prep smart, have a clear strategy in your mind, have an end goal in your mind, and know what you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it, and you will be good. So that's all from our end. See you guys tomorrow or whenever you watch this video, depending on that. And yeah, bye bye.